Hey, Blue Table fans! Today we're going to be taking a look at Skaven. Skaven are an army for Warhammer fantasy battles. They are, the army book is in its prime, which means that it's still quite competitive and not due up to be switched out anytime soon. Might also notice that Note that Games Workshop has up again their Skaven Heraldry book, and to my knowledge that was hard to find for just a little while recently, but apparently they got it going again, so I say good for them. Let's take a look at something from the interior there. So that'll help you set up your color scheme for your Skaven. I'm going to help you right now with how would you actually make a Skaven army, and I'm just going to tell you one possible way of doing it. So as usual, let's start with our core units, and that is clan rats. Lots and lots and lots, and ridiculously lots of clan rats. By the way, I am trying a little something new with our audio, so do let me know if you like the audio on this one better than other things of this nature that you've heard before. So Isle of Blood is the starter kit for Warhammer Fantasy, and it has High Elves and Skaven in it. And as you can see here, it has notably 40 clan rats in it. So this is really a good source of clan rats. It's $99 for the kit. You can usually find someone to go in on it with you for the High Elves. And in fact, if you're interested in that, definitely contact me, because I may need to be picking up some Lothern Sea Guard here pretty soon. Now, if you're watching this video a year from now, that is probably dated information. Okay, so anyway, for a Skaven army, you need at least 120 clan rats, and you're going to run them in giant blocks of 40 or 60. So let's look at other core. You can also get Storm Vermin, and these guys are not bad, but not that good either, because they are basically, they're toughness 3. They've got heavy armor and halberds, but quite frankly, with Skaven, there are other units that fill this role, but quite frankly, I would definitely get a unit just because they are really cool. They come 20 to a box, and usually you want to run them about 30, and they are good accompaniment for another must for any Skaven army, which is Screaming Bell. Now this kit makes both Screaming Bell and Plague Furnace. Some people swear by the Plague Furnace. In fact, let's take a look at what that looks like. Nope. I don't think there's a picture of it. Oh no, there it is. There you go, there's your Plague Furnace. Plague. People say I say that weird. Quite frankly, I don't know what they're talking about. Basically, now look at this guy down here. This Plague Monk, or excuse me, Plague Priest. If you make the Screaming Bell option, you're going to have basically an extra hero, which is what makes these types of kits such an absolute deal, because you get a hero in there too. So, and if you make the Plague Furnace, then you get your Grey Seer, as you can see him up top here. He stands up at the top of the Screaming Bell, and you can mount him with a little bit of work. Like, make him like he's standing on a rock. You can put him right on a 20 millimeter square. So that is really a good option. So if you're making a Skaven army, you definitely want to get a Screaming Bell and probably 3 boxes of Isle of Blood. Now, Isle of Blood has other stuff in it. It's got other Skaven things. It has, in fact, hold on, let me just see if I can find it here. It has a warlord in it, which is a pretty cool addition. But it also has these weapon teams. In fact, let's take a look at this guy right here. And also a warp fire thrower. I just kind of spaced out for a second there. Oh yeah, and here's the Skaven warlord that comes in it. That is absolutely a great fig. Quite frankly, I use him as a battle standard bearer. You can make some modification up here, make it more standard-y, or just use him as your warlord. Quite frankly, with a different head and some weapon swaps, you can take 2 of these and make 2 different heroes. So let's go ahead and go back out to our army list. And you want to grab some heroes. Warlord Spinetail is pretty awesome. That's what he looks like. And let's see here. Plague Lord Nurglich. No, that model's old. The Vermin Lord is definitely old. If you're going to include a Vermin Lord, and that would be like 500 points, by the way, definitely go to Forge World and check out this Skaven Exalted Vermin Lord. Oh, this model's awesome. By the way, that is a chariot base that you were looking at right there. And so this guy's pretty huge. There's absolutely no reason you couldn't mount this on a 50mm base, which is the thing that he normally goes on. Or is it a 40? I can't remember. If it was a 40, he could rank up with some regular clan rats, and I think that would be a nice feature. All right, so let's zip on back to the army list. So, Queek Head Taker. So basically, you order a Spinetail, a Screaming Bell, a Queek Head Taker. Now basically you've got all the heroes that you really need in a basic Skaven army. Snickich, this is just a cool model just to have. That model is just great. He's got this blade in his tail, which is just incredibly cool. Tretch Craven Tail's a pretty cool model. Yeah, it's a lot of this stuff is just like really old figs. So, and since I have limited time here, I'm just gonna breeze right on past them. Basically, you get lots of now. If you get the clan rats in the Isle of Blood kit, you definitely there really is not a problem making those clan rats or Skaven slaves. I don't think they really make a separate model for those. You'll notice that some of the models in the kit are less armored than the other ones, and that's usually how I pull out the Skaven slaves. Now, look at these old Skaven compared to the new ones. The old ones had kind of this dog-like appearance, and just really are not that attractive. And the new Skaven definitely have, I don't know, more of a rat-like thing to feel to them. They, they're more dynamic. Their mouths are open. They're posed as if they're about to chop or thrust, and they just really are notably cool looking, and they are inexpensive. With the Isle of Blood kit, pretty much it's less than $1 per clan rat, and by anybody's standard, that's pretty good. So I'm not going to talk about every unit in the Skaven book. I'm just trying to talk about, kind of how to put together a basic Skaven army. It's pretty straightforward. Rat Ogres. This kit is dated. They have kind of that clunky sort of dog-looking feel to them, and quite frankly, I just convert these guys up. If you get your Isle of Blood kit, it does come with 2 Rat Ogres, which are incredibly well sculpted in my opinion. In fact, let's go take a look at those guys. But Rat Ogres are not the best. Quite frankly, if you need something that hits hard in a Skaven army, Rat Ogres is not what you want. You see the difference there? These are absolutely fantastic sculpts. And people use them they convert these into a lot of different things. Nurgle Obliterators comes to mind. All right, so, by the way, definitely go to our web store and check out what we have secondhand for Skaven. This is what our web store looks like. So you just scroll down here and go to Skaven. I do have a Skaven army on the block. For limited time only, I will switch you out. If you do not want the Rat Ogres, I will put in a Warp Lightning Cannon or a Hell Pit Abomination. And that's something that I've just considered just doing just because. So here's an overview of that army. By the way, we made a ton of Skaven armies. They're really fantastic. This one comes with a ton of weapon teams, characters, some conversions. The Rat Ogres, and don't get me wrong, these Rat Ogres, which are nicely converted, they're not bad. They're just other things in the army that can fill this role a lot better. There's a Screaming Bell, extremely well painted by our art director. Hell Pit Abomination, there's another shot of that. The Warp Lightning Cannon is a great addition. and doom wheels. So pretty much a Skaven army consists of lots of clan rats, weapon teams, some heroes, and then what I call fun stuff. So let's go ahead and go back to the product list. And we've got rare units, so you want to grab a Hell Pit Abomination. There's what he looks like. Lots of different conversion possibilities there. Really, really cool kit with a ton of different options on it. And, whoops, I went a little too far there. Definitely include two Doom Wheels if you can swing it. You're looking at a 2,500 point army, can fit 2 Doom Wheels, a Hell Pit, and a Warp Lightning Cannon. They can basically fit 4 fun things. Doom Wheel basically does it all. It takes care of large enemies, and it also just creates an enormous problem down one flank. But don't field them right next to each other, because they shoot out auto-hit lightning bolts. Warp Lightning Cannon, boy, you can really reach out and touch somebody with this. This is really just an incredibly cool figure. It also makes a Plague Claw catapult, so you get extra pieces in that. And hold on a second, I think I saw something here. Where is it? Oh, this guy, Ikat Claw, is an absolutely fantastic figure. He's just ridiculously cool looking. Come on. And that's a recent sculpt. So Skaven have new cool models for everything. Do just want to put, so basically there's your Skaven army. I have explained it. So if you go back to Forge World, you'll notice they have this Brood Horror. So ordering one of these is a Hell Pit Abomination, not a bad idea. It has its own stat line if you want to use those alternate rules. I think it's just really an amazingly cool figure. I mean, come on. That is just really super. But you know what I would do? I would pay just a little bit extra, order the Rider guy, Skaven Warlord on Brood Horror, and then just convert the Warlord to be like on a base or something. I don't know how well that would convert, but I love doing stuff that's unusual. In fact, let's take a closer look at this Warlord. Look at that. That guy's cool. Yeah, I wonder how you convert that. Maybe cut him at the thing. You know, there's always a way to repose things so that it makes sense. Like this could have a hand that's just outreaching, and you could do this so that like he was you know, charging forward, stuff like that. So Skaven, they are a very, very competitive army. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at Bane Beasts. This is one of my favorite websites. Tons of really ridiculous, like look at this. Look at this guy. That is just cool. And these make great stand-ins for certain. By the way, that's a chariot base on there. So that guy's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. And these have some rat type things in them. Let's scroll down. Hold on, I can do it. I know it's on here. Here's one. There it is. I don't know if they make this guy anymore, but he is pretty cool. Yeah, buy now. Looks like they got it. That is neat. So, and I don't know. This, to me, this looks like maybe a 50 millimeter base. So cool, if you ask me. And let's go ahead and go back and look at this 3-face. I think this is the one that's discontinued. Yeah, this item's been discontinued. Let's take a look at it anyway. I think this was published before the Hell Pit Abomination had a published model. Hell Pit Abomination is awesome. That's what you want to include for your shock troops to actually go and kill things. They're just absolutely outstanding. And a great model, and they really stand above the masses of your Skaven. By the way, Jezzails are pretty cool, but they are one of the few units where I go, yikes, that is pretty expensive. In fact, I'm looking, there it is, $52 for 3. Yikes. And they're the old sculpts. Quite frankly, I don't have a solution for this. I'm just trying to, I don't know, rack my brain and come up with something. All right, well, that's all I got to say about Skaven. Again, do remember that you can contact us and by email at bluetablepainting@gmail.com. get a quote for a Skaven army. You can buy one that we have on the web store currently. That's a limited quantity of one. And you can also by email request our Skaven spreadsheet and start playing around with that and get your dream army all set up. So all right folks, thanks for tuning in, and